Hey everyone, weekly video time. Let's just jump right into it. Again, my stance from the last few videos that I've made really hasn't really changed outside of it's just going to be chop, and I don't see any reason to be short-term bullish until we have a um, break of structure. And in my last video I mentioned that a lot of coins, a lot of altcoins have broken their structures. So that's why I personally, if you guys are following me in the Discord, I cut a lot of my coins because I'm not going to be holding on to dead weight. And like I said before, everyone is waiting for, Trump to take office, and going into the inauguration is going to be, everyone thought was going to be like, easy swing move up. But like I said before, I still think Q1 has potential to be a pretty good quarter for altcoins. Um, During that whole entire 3 months, I do think Bitcoin is just going to consolidate. If the top isn't already in, we have just a little bit more upside left, but we are getting close to a blow off top. And I do think that Q1, sometime end of Q1 to mid Q2, that is the bull run. Like if again, that is if the top is not already in. If the top is already in, I am okay, and I'm okay to um, personally say goodbye. But as we start going deeper and deeper into uh, more of a trend change, that is when you start swing shorting and scalp longing. Just do the opposite of what you did during the bull run. And to be honest, this is one of the hardest bull runs that I ever traded, and I've been a part of three, including this one. So this is definitely the hardest bull run by a mile. Again, um, just wait out this chop, and once the inauguration is over, I think we see some upside on most coins. Just to put this out there again, I do not think that we go high. First of all, most coins will not reach their all-time highs, like from previous cycles. That will not happen. You will be getting some coins that do multiple X's, but don't expect 10, 15, 20x from here. Okay, you only have about 3 to 4 months of upside left, and then you can switch to shorting and playing the down market. You're not gonna not make money. You have to just learn to adapt to market conditions and learn to leverage trade to the downside. All right. So let's start with Bitcoin. Again, nothing's changed. Here's mid-range, right? Range highs, and then you have the range lows. Okay. The more and more we're consolidating or touching support, the weaker it's going to be. I still think that we have a capitulation wick to the downside. The longer we are stalling here without any significant move to the upside, I think we're going to have something like this. Okay, a wick down, grab the liquidity, and go a little bit higher. Um, and I'll explain my reasoning for that in just a moment. But it's very difficult to leverage trade here. Okay, like um, in the previous videos and for the streams that I do for Unity Academy, for those that are in Unity Academy, I've mentioned that the leverage right now, or the trades to be taken, are shorts. Okay, any impulse up is a great short to take. Now again, this is a scalping environment. This isn't something to be swing trading. But if we're taking a look here, okay, we just recently had this impulse up. All right, we took out the internal liquidity. Okay, downside. Now again, it's a simple range that we've been in for the past, weekend. Right, again, highs, bounce from support to mid-range, bounce to support, took out, a little bit higher, bounce from support, and then took out the range highs on this 1 hour range here. Swing failure pattern, back down. Okay, but again, we're getting, even on a lower time frame, multiple touches from the support. So this signifies that, in my opinion, most likely go a little bit lower. Now, how many times can we touch mid-range before breaking down? So there are a few plays to take here. Okay, if we do close down below mid-range with a daily close, um, And you can take this on a shorter time frame, but look, every time we close below the mid-range, we never retested the range or the mid-range level and close back below. We closed back below and then we reclaimed it. We closed back below and then we reclaimed it. All right. So in order to short, we need to close below this level. Okay. Retest that, close below, and then you can take a short with stop somewhere up here, targeting this 85K. So this is one conditional trade that is now stop losses. I can't tell you when yet because we don't have data, but it's going to be like somewhere, like for example, it'd be somewhere there. All right. Again, I need more data for this to form to see where we go, but this would be an example of a play that we take if we close back below, reject, and turn this into resistance. The second one is obviously going to be the same exact one that I've been talking about for the past few times, and this is a sweep of these range lows or close, but this would most likely be a better area to get long. Okay, so we have established support in this area with our range lows touched there. So this would be most likely some type of soft stop loss. Bounce from this area. Okay, we might as well, we definitely could go and take this liquidity out and then continue back up, back to mid-range and then range highs, okay? I think we're going to be in this range for most of Q1, all right? Close below 85K and turn into resistance. Like I said, this most likely is the top of the cycle, all right? And again, not ruling out, think as a trader, not as an emotional bitch, all right? Not ruling out a touch back to 73, 74K. This is the breakout point that we've had multiple resistances from and rejections from this resistance. Breakout, we never tested this point. So yes, it is very much possible that we can go back to 74K. If that happens, like that is your definite buy area, but look for capitulations like we did here. All right, and any wick down into this area is a buy. We have to take this level by level, and even, we can do some more confluence here, right? Coming back down to this area, you have another trend line touch, play the trend until broken, okay? So that's what I'm looking for at Bitcoin. I'm not I'm not talking about new highs until we flip 102 point. And this is the short that I gave last video or last Sunday video as well. We took the highs, right, to the lows, and it was a perfect golden pocket rejection. Okay, if we were to do the same exact thing on a lower time frame, we take it from the swing highs to the swing lows. Okay, we have again resistance here. That is a possible short attempt to take. DCA at the 786 fib, back down. And again, going back, if we go back to range highs here, that is also another short opportunity. Tighter stops on this one because it's going to be the fourth touch deviation, but the fourth touch from this area, okay? And then we also have supply zone, okay? So a short within here as well. Now, for those that are watching that are not in Discords, if you are watching, I'm giving real updates only in the Discord. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, did you get stopped out? Did you get liquidated? No, I gave all of these updates in the Discord. This is just live, updates as of right now. Everything can change, but I'm not going to be telling everyone on YouTube or my Twitter. All the updates are only given in the Discord, and that is it. All right. So, all you reply guys, um, sit down. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for at Bitcoin. We take it level by level. There are multiple setups to take, right? Multiple conditions as well. And I'm just being patient. There's no reason to trade this. Okay. Outside of that, Bitcoin dominance, like I said in the previous video, has again reclaimed this trend line. I can see us going back up to here. Low time frame inverse head and shoulders as well. I can see us going back to 58.7 to 59%, and hopefully we don't um, flip that into support, because if so, we go back into this yellow box and alts will take another 25 to 30% dip, right? So just be wary of that. Also, Bitcoin volatility is in my zone. Expect a big move to happen in the markets within 2 to 3 days. I would say probably Tuesday, but Wednesday as well is possible. Now, this move is unpredictable, can be in both directions, but it's going to happen. It's going to be volatile, just like we had one back on January 5th. And if you take a look at January 5th, right, January 5th is when we touched the zone, all right? And then 2 to 3 days later, we had the move. So if we take a look at January 5th, right, which is here, 2 to 3 days, we had a huge move up and then a huge move down. I expect another volatile move like that to happen this week. All right. Next Monday is when Orange Fat Fuck gets sworn in. All right. So just keep that in mind. The next coin is ETH. All right. ETH, very weak. And like I had in the previous video, right, we broke out like this pattern that we had here. We broke out, retested, went back into resistance here and back down. Now we are actually, let me clean this chart up a little bit. We are actually at a very crucial support here. Okay, previously resistance, right, flipped into support, bounced again, and now we're hovering again. Okay, the longer we are going to consolidate on support, it's, in my opinion, bearish, okay? Because this is an area where we should have grabbed liquidity and bounced from. So, fail to do that. We can draw some fibs here from these highs to these lows, okay? We have a fair value gap in this area. Also, the golden pocket, that is where I'm looking to possibly short. All right, so any impulse up into there, that's where I'm looking to short. This is also, again, range highs and range lows. All right, I'm not playing these range lows. We've had many bounces from here, so I am looking at the next support area. The next support area comes around this $3,000 mark. However, I don't think if we get a move down to here, this holds. All right, I am looking at actually this SR point, right? This on its own was its own range. Okay, already established support, broke out, never had a retest. All right, this again also looks like a double top. All right, so if we have a move down and a diagonal in head and shoulders as well, okay, target of this head and shoulders, again, technical levels taken from here, come into this area. So for those that want to buy ETH, this is a very good area to buy ETH. From 2765 down to, I don't think we go down to, 2300-ish, but setting buys in this area is going to be very good. All right, and I'd probably go from 2800 to 2500. All right, if we have a capitulation down to this area, this is where you're going to buy. And again, technical targets from the highs here fall perfectly in this area. All right, so that's where I'd be looking to have stink bids for ETH. I would not long here. Again, any impulse higher is for shorting. We do not have, let me take a look. I don't see any divergences here. All right, this candle looks disgusting, just like Bitcoin. This is an 8-hour. We took the external high liquidity, right? Even if you took this candle right here or this one here, equal highs, and we are hovering not only on the trend line but the support. So this most likely tells me if we break down, right, close below, reject, this is one short attempt that you can take. Stops above, target down there, take profit at levels of support. Second one, fair value gap. Okay, the details of this short are only given in the Discord, but something like this. Okay, again, it's a range. Only long, in my opinion, a clean long would be flip these highs around 35, then I would look to long, because then at that point we most likely will have some type of reclaim of the support. We see we reclaimed it here and flipped it to support here, got a little move up, but again failed back down. So I'd be looking to long if we are able to flip this into support. But for longs, I'm only interested in buying here or a sweep of these lows, reclaim, and I'd long with my stops below whatever wick is created there. All right. Sol looks exactly like ETH does, right? There's the, you can draw it this way too. Okay. So there's the trend line. All right. I can go ahead and invert this. Here is a cup and handle. There's your cup. And there's your handle. Now let's talk about technical targets of this inverted cup and handle. Okay, 112. Now those are technical targets. It doesn't mean we're going to hit it, but let's invert this back around. Again, consolidation on support, it gets weaker and weaker. Okay, if you do want to possibly look for a long attempt, wait for a retest or a bounce from this trend line. Okay, or we have an order block. A possible long attempt can be taken at the order block. Stops below. So something like, if this doesn't bounce, we wick into here. Okay, there's your TP1. Continue coming back down. Add more to your position once this level is flipped to support, right? And then hopefully at that point on, we are able to break out finally, retest, and then start a move up, all right? But even from this here, we have enough confluence to come back down at this trend line, this order block, and look for a long attempt there. Okay. Now, if we're looking to buy this utter shitcoin at levels of support, this is where I would be looking to buy. All right. Okay. So I'd be looking to buy or set stink bids for Sol around 173. 154 and 123 if we get it. Yes, we have support here, so if you want, you can buy at these blue levels. I'm going to make those blue. If you guys want to rewatch this later, you can. Again, anything that I take will be given in my channel in the Discords. All right. Okay. And if we go back up to 216 to 213, I am looking to short the shit out of this. Very, very strong resistance. We had a firm rejection from there. But, okay, we need to hold this area. Very, very important area. Okay, previously resistance. We retested it and bounced. Again, we're retesting. Well, we tested again here and bounced again. And we're testing it here again. Okay, so this little gray box is very important for Sol to hold. But, like I said, a lot of coins have lost their structure. Okay, we are putting in lower lows and lower highs. So this makes sense to go back down to make another lower low, and we need to bounce from that point. Otherwise, this is at a do or die level. All right. Now, the coin that I am the most bullish on, very volatile coin, is Hype. All right. Again, coin has lost structure, putting in another lower low and lower high. But I am looking for this green area to hold. If you really want to buy, this would be the area to buy from, around, like I said, 19.6 down to 16. I do think eventually this does blow up. Let's adjust the trend line a little bit. Okay, it really does want to break out, but Bitcoin is keeping this coin down. All right, so it's doing its job. This descending channel here, if we can just get above $22 is $23 point, right? Previously support right here, right? Again, bounce from it, turn into resistance, rejected it from it again. If we are able to just get above this level, you will see $26 and $30 come very, very soon. All right. Right now, this looks like a potential inverse head and shoulders forming. Here is your left shoulder. Here is your head. As long as we don't go below the $19 mark, we should see hopefully a reaction up to here. Granted, Bitcoin doesn't capitulate and completely collapse. A move up to here is good. 26, that's where your first TP should come. Back down, buy back here, hopefully flip it to support, and then a swift move into 30. Now this is a coin that I plan to hold, and I'm not going to add any more. I already have an average of $22 or $23 ish. I'm looking for 30 and 35 and hopefully higher. All right. Sui, let me get to the perp chart. Okay. Sui, we have an ascending triangle or ascending channel here. Where is? All right. Sui just made a lower high. Okay. Again, a very, very crucial level for Sui to hold. I don't think it holds this level, and we are looking at the next point. That next point is going to be this order block here. We already bounced from it. We still have liquidity within this order block. So again, it comes down to the trend line touch. This is a possible long scalp that you can take. Go in it with smaller position size because, again, very risky trade to take. This coin is pretty volatile. Lose that level, then honestly, I am looking for $4. Okay, $4, 350. All right. Now, this made highs, right? Corrected 29%. From these highs, 14%. 28, 29 does not surprise me if we fall back down to here. All right. So another important advice that I can give to you guys is stop being married to your long-term bags. You need to take profit. Okay. I don't care. Well, actually, I don't care what you guys do, but this is a scalping environment. You're not going to get, 3 to 5x with coins from here with large caps. So this is a way for you guys to preserve your capitals and take profit. I definitely would take profit. I have taken profit, and I suggest that you guys do too. All right. Not financial advice. You guys can do whatever you guys want with your own money, but that's just what I would do. All right. So outside of Hype, Sui, and Sol and ETH, I'm not really looking to get positioned into anything because, like I said, I still think the market has a capitulation wick to the downside. We need to scare off some more people, and then it's not a guarantee that we pump immediately right on inauguration day. But I think that starting if you believe that we have another leg up, we have a huge discount on coins currently, for example, on Sol from just a week ago. All right, we have a 17% discount. So if you really want to start adding, these would be good areas to do so. You start now and DCA lower, in my opinion. All right, you won't be able to time the bottom, but how much more lower can we get? We can go again another 15 to 30% lower in terms of altcoins if Bitcoin dominance continues to grind higher. All right. The dollar as well. I covered this. On my, a video a few weeks ago. I do not expect the dollar to slow down until we get to 112-ish. All right. Now this would be a perfect area to reject from. Okay. It was previously support. We lost it. We turned into an SR. This would be a perfect area to reject from. But if we are above this level, all right, we are looking at 112 to 114. Okay. Hopefully we go back up to there, make a double top, and then come back down. But as long as the dollar is bullish, as long as Bitcoin dominance is bullish, risk on assets are going to have a very hard time in operating these next few weeks. All right. We want this to be bearish. And if we go back into this order block, which is also the highs here, if we retest and make another higher low, all right, let's say we reject from here, risk on assets become risk on again, right, and they continue to pump. If we bounce from here, put in another higher low, this would be the first area around 107 is where you are going to be taking profit on your positions. All right. If we continue to close back below here and this is just a deviation, then we will go much higher. All right. So bookmark this, see what happens if we reach these levels. Either we reject from here, put in double top and come back down. We don't want to make all-time highs, or bounce from here, right? Make a higher low, continue grind up, fall back under these highs, put a deviation, and then, right, those are the areas you're looking for. If this happens, you will see a huge run in not just the stock market, but crypto as well. All right. That is it for me. Again, not much to go really over. Anything that I give or take will be given strictly in the Discord. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you guys later.